I've since concluded that an evil person is evil. The fact that they are your family member doesn't matter. My sister slept with my husband and she has a child for him. I sent her to good schools. I really was shouldered with family responsibilities and I didn't have time for relationships. But they made me realize I'd lived for my family, but I didn't have any regrets. My sister came home for holiday and joined in the wedding preparations. She went back to school. We took her to the clinic where we heard the damning news that changed the course of my life. Tanwa was pregnant. Am I foolish? No. Do I feel used? Yes. Will I help? Definitely. Nothing is the boy's fault. Hello, my name is dele-davids and this is Life Stories with Bussy. Thank you so much for all your feedbacks, your comments, your likes, and sharing our video. We really do appreciate it. If you are a new subscriber, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. This is Life Stories with Bussy. At this point, I need to say to you that on Life Stories with Bussy, we aim to touch people's life by sharing their stories. We know that a lot of people have stories they want to share, but they don't have people to tell it to, probably because they don't trust the people around them, or they don't feel that their secret is safe with people around them. Some people tell their story because they need you to learn from their experience, and we know that experience is the best teacher. And then some also share their story because they need counsel. And a lot of people have said that, from the comment section, they are able to pick, the things that they think that they should do. So please keep the comments coming and all that, and always know that your comments would help to change somebody's life. So today we have a story, and this person says, "Hello, Busola. Thank you for allowing me share my story." Thank you for sharing your story too. She said that I've since concluded that an evil person is evil. The fact that they are your family member doesn't matter. My sister slept with my husband and she has a child for him. My mom was a single mom until I was 17. When she said she had found someone to marry, I was really happy for her. The man accepted me too, and he took over the bills of sending me to school, which eased my mother's burden. I was very grateful for this act. A year after she got married, she had a baby girl. We all doted over my baby sister, Tanwa. She was just the cutest baby ever. My mother told me when Tanwa was born that I should see her as mine. My stepfather was almost 60 and my mother was in her late 40s when Tanwa was born. So Tanwa was a miracle baby and we all loved her. Whatever Tanwa wanted, Tanwa got. When I was done with school, I got a job and I spent all my money on my family. My stepfather had a stroke and couldn't fend for us, and I was happy to finally be able to reciprocate his love by being responsible for my sister. I sent her to good schools. I was so happy when she got admission into a private university. It was going to weigh on my income, but I didn't mind. In all this, I really was shouldered with family responsibilities and I didn't have time for relationships. When Tanwa was 18, she was in her second year in university when I met Bode. Bode made me realize I'd lived for my family, but I didn't have any regrets. He proposed to me and we went ahead to do our introduction, planning our wedding. My sister came home for holiday and joined in the wedding preparations. She went back to school a few weeks after. She fainted in school and we were told to come and pick her. I rushed from a meeting when I heard that and traveled to her school. We took her to the clinic where we heard the damning news that changed the course of my life. Tanwa was pregnant. When we sought to know who it was for, who was responsible, she said it was for Bode. I wanted to go crazy. She claimed it was when she came over to stay during the holiday at the house Bode and I were setting up to stay. I confronted Bode and he confirmed that it was Tanwa that seduced him. I didn't wait to hear the remaining of the story. I just left. I left for days with my phone switched off. When I came back, my mother cried and cried. She asked what I wanted. I told her the wedding was cancelled. She knelt down and begged me. She called Tanwa to come and beg me. I couldn't stand it, but for my mother's sake, I allowed it. My mother now said she had a plan. She said she can never abort for Tanwa. Just like she couldn't abort me when she got pregnant and my father denied it. She then threw the bomb. She said we should believe that we should convince Bode to marry Tanwa. That was the first time I screamed at my mother. I was wondering what she was thinking or how she reasoned. How did she think I would feel? She said it was for my own good. She asked if I still wanted to be responsible for Tanwa and her baby. I asked if I looked stupid to her. Anyway, I left home and went to stay at my friend's. But they kept calling, but I didn't think I had anything to say to him again. Then my mother called and said, Bode said he did sleep with Tanwa, but he wasn't accepting responsibility for the baby. She also said Bode wanted to go on with the wedding plans. I told them straight away to leave me out of their plans. I was away from home, but since Tanwa had no job or anything, her dad was still ill, and my mother couldn't cope, she begged me that for her sake, I should continue to send Tanwa to school and shoulder responsibility for her child too. I managed till she finished school, and I told my mother to tell her to get a job. I got married in the registry like 2 years after, and I invited only my mother. 2 years into my marriage, I didn't have a child. My mother suggested that I adopt Tanwa's child so that it will free Tanwa to start life on a new slate. I didn't know when I hissed at her. The few times I went to the house, the Tanwa would pretend as if she didn't see me. Once when I went there, I saw her son and carried him. She quickly called the boy. Even when my mother said what she called the boy for wasn't important, she started ranting about being the mother of the child. I didn't even bother myself about it. They didn't know I was already pregnant then. I had triplets some months after. Recently, I met Bode again, and he did seek for my forgiveness. He said it wasn't something that he did to hurt me. He didn't know what came over him. He said Tanwa kept seducing him, wearing skimpy things around the house, and I knew that she was heavily endowed. Tanwa took my mom's bust and hips. I, on the other hand, I believe took after my father had never met. He said he had also gotten married and didn't have a child and wanted to run a DNA on Tanwa's child. I just told that one straight that he was a very selfish human being, and I left him. Anyway, they ran the test and Tanwa's son isn't Bode's child. Then Tanwa confessed that it was for a random boy she had a one-night stand with when she sneaked out of school. She was afraid to do an abortion because her friend had died from the aftermath of one. So she hatched the plans when she came over to the place we were setting up, thinking she would get my mother to force Bode to be responsible. I laughed and imagined that I wasted money sending her to school because only a fool will think the way she did. I just took myself out of their equation. God compensated me with the most amazing man and beautiful children. Some weeks ago, my mother called to say Tanwa's son had a hole in the heart and needed surgery. My friends who know my stories have advised I shouldn't bother. They said my mother had used me for years, and I felt obliged to pay my stepfather back. Yes, I agree, but it still doesn't change the fact that Tanwa is my sister and her son is my nephew. Am I foolish? No. Do I feel used? Yes. Will I help? Definitely. Nothing is the boy's fault. I might never receive a thank you from Tanwa, but it's fine. It's the best thing to do. Thank you. Life is complicated, but we have to be ourselves when life happens to us. I think that there are few of you on the surface of the earth. Because sincerely, if it were me, trust me, I'll tell them straight away that they should go and find help somewhere else. But I think you're an amazing woman. And I think that is why God has compensated you with your husband and your children. I think you're just amazing. And I think one of the things that God did for you also was trying to show you the kind of man that you were going to marry. You know, maybe it wouldn't have worked well with Bode. Maybe that was why maybe that was why Bode needed to go and you needed to meet this new man that you're married to. But I think that you are an amazing woman, and that you are not. I mean, you are going ahead to even do things. You know, I mean, for me, if that kind of thing happens to me, why would I pay for school fees and pay for baby? Because of what? if you are able to have a baby, you should be able to take responsibility of the baby. That's what I would say, you know. But it means that you're an amazing woman. And even though it looks as if, yes, your mom was using you, I think you also didn't have anywhere to go. She knew that you would always help. I think they kept on working on your emotion. I mean, or would people call it blackmail? I don't know. What do you guys call it? Would you say that they were blackmailing her, like they were emotionally blackmailing her, because, you know, they felt that she would always do it, she would always come to their rescue and all that? What do you guys think? Let's meet in the comment section and let's discuss this story. I think that I like I said, I didn't get your name, but I think that you're an amazing woman, amazing woman, and more people should be like you understand, forgiving and letting go, you know. Yeah, so we'll meet in the comment section and we'll discuss it. So next time when we come away again, my name remains Bussy dele-davids. See you next time. Bye. Before you leave, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you.